Welcome to Taiwan Talk. I'm Aspen Beilharz. For 30 years, Women Make Waves International Film Festival has showcased women's perspectives and films on a wide range of social issues. I sat down with festival programmer Huei-Yin Chen to talk about her career working with film and the story of Women Make Waves. How did you become involved in Women Make Waves and the Taipei Women's Film Association?
When I was in the college, I was volunteering for the Women Make Wave Film Festival, but I didn't think too much. But I feel like it's a very active and also very energetic film festivals in Taiwan, and so that's how I got involved in first. And then after I went to New York for study, I was involved in a lot of curatorial affairs there. And I find myself really interested in film curation and stuff like that.
What kind of curation projects were you doing there?
Actually, many different kind of organization. For example, like a Lincoln Center Film Society. I was involved in the Film Comment magazine there. I was involved in the HR Society film department. Work-wise, there's a experimental film festival called Video Art and Experimental Film Festivals in New York. And it's actually very interesting. It's kind of like a fashion film oriented experimental film festival. Yeah, so I was there for a couple of months, serving as the assistant curator there. After that, I just came back to Taiwan. I start to look around, and I just joined the Women Make Way team, and since 2016 and until now.
What is the mission of Women Make Waves as a festival?
The mission has evolved every year because at first, their main goal is to provide a platform for female talents and also showcasing female perspective films. But over a year, it has opened up all kinds of social issues year by year. But I think the central mission of the Women Make Way still hasn't changed. It's about gender equality in Taiwan. And it's very, very important because although people think maybe gender equality in Taiwan has been quite advanced in terms of Asian country, but still when it comes to especially film industry, it still has a lot of problem to be solved. So that's why gender equality in film industry is still very, very important. And I think that core mission still hasn't changed. But every year we try to really open up our own definition or our own imagination about feminism or about gender. And also it's really, really about not just promoting equality for one specific gender. It's really all genders. So I think that's a very important aspect about Women Make Waves.
What do you think the festival has achieved in 30 years?
So it's established in 1993, and that year it was kind of like a collective endeavor, many artists and filmmakers and activists and scholars joined together to form this Women Make Way film festivals. After the festival has run 5 editions, it has established an association called Taipei Women Film Association. The association also evolved into Taiwan Women Film Association. We also do distribution. For example, videos or DVDs, and also the films for educational or non-commercial purpose. Yeah. So we have collaborated with a lot of university and college and also high schools to just showcase these films in class.
How do you find that students react to that?
I think high school students are really curious about films, and there are a lot of topics that maybe does not necessarily talk about in their textbooks and their usual courses. So the discussion is usually very vibrant. And other than that, we also have a lot of collaboration with international film festival. So, for example, in 2009, we had established the Asian Film Festivals Network, and we have collaborated with the Women Film Festival in Japan, South Korea, India, and Israel. We also have a really close relationship with some of the Women Film Festival in Europe. And every year we have like a really grand meeting with a lot of international women film festivals and also other gender-related film festivals. Sometimes we will have like specific kind of aspect that we want to talk about in terms of international issues, like more global issues. Then maybe we will do exchange program and have them join in the curation process. So I think that really brings into another perspective about films. So it's kind of like international collaboration in many aspects.
How do you think something like a film festival can change people's ideas?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question because during the curation process, we often thinking about what kind of issues that we want to really talk about. For example, this year we really delve into a lot of films about Me Too movement in Taiwan. And so that is the thing that we think about during the curation process. But when the film ultimately like arrive onto the big screen and showing to the audience, sometimes the effect is beyond our imagination. For example, after the film festival in Taipei, we will travel to the different areas in Taiwan. So the film actually really tours like to other county or other cities. And that is the place where we can really communicate or discuss with the audience, like in a very intimate screening venues. And I remember one time that we have different kind of opinion are really emerged like before the same-sex marriage getting legalized. So it's a very tough year. And then we showcase LGBT related films in the local communities. There's one audience that first is really against us and like really talk a lot of like really negative comments about the protagonist and stuff like that. But after that screening, that audience showed up again and again. And then finally, the audience start to talk about this kind of image can have different kind of meaning, different from what the audience has thought before. So during the process, we are really surprised about how film can, bring some change to people's thoughts. Maybe, slow and kind of really peculiar way, but it really happens.
What does your work as a curator involve?
My position as a curator, I actually work closely with two other programmers. So I think as a curator, I decide more the general direction that this year may be about. So for example, this year is about the Poster of Time, which kind of really trace back to the Woman Make Way's own history in Taiwan. We are really curious about what kind of films the Woman Make Way Film Festival has screened. So we have really browsing through the archive, the festival archive, and rewatch all the Taiwanese films that showcasing this film festival before. So that kind of accumulate like 500 films. And so we rewatched them again and rediscussed and rethink about what this film has to do with Taiwan society. And so a lot of their films are documentaries and really connected to what Taiwan society has happened. In terms of the selection process, it's like a really long process. Usually, the selection process will last for at least 4 months. For this year, we work for half a year to just select the films. We will go to other international film festival to watch films, especially some of the film festival in Europe, to select some of the films. And we are also looking like really widely as possible to find films. And we also accept international submission. So it's like all like different kind of place that we will try to watch film as much as possible.
What do you think about the future of cinema in Taiwan and in the world, and the future of Women Make Waves?
I think Taiwan is really a cinephile country. Yeah, in many aspects. When you like travel and then you meet other film professionals, people always think the films that really get distributed in Taiwan annually is really a huge amount compared to our neighboring countries. So I think that really tell a lot of the film culture in Taiwan. So personally, I'm still very optimistic. Even we have like online streaming platforms or many different kind of way to viewing, not just film, but also like a video and stuff. But I think like just sitting in the cinema to watch films is still a very important thing to do, and it's a really collective experience that cannot be replaced. In terms of the future of Women Make Wave, I think as I become more and more involved in the festival, I feel more that the film festival has to exist in the future because there are so many things that we haven't done yet. Yeah. And one part of that is what I have mentioned, that I think gender equality in Taiwan has still exists in a very superficial aspect. So I think there are still many things to do. In terms of the film, I think there are so many women filmmakers or women cinema hasn't been discovered. For example, we only have one female filmmaker's film has been digitally restored in Taiwan. So I think that also says something about like the film industry in general. So I think there are so many things to do. Yeah. So I think gender-related film festival and also Women Make Wave Film Festival still has a lot of reason to exist.
And that does it for this week's episode of Taiwan Talk. I'm Aspen Beilharz, and I've been speaking with Huei-Yin Chen, programmer at Women Make Wave's International Film Festival. Until next week, thanks for listening.